From the Ashley Home Store Sports Desk, News Watch 12 Sports with Madison Marie.
For SOU football, focusing on staying for 4 and playing for 4 has been a priority since week 1. And that's something that'll stick in practice following Saturday's 24-23 loss to Montana Western. The Raiders had the lead the entire game until the final 42 seconds. The Bulldogs scored 2 unanswered fourth quarter touchdowns and drove 94 yards to punch in the finishing touches on the Raiders. SOU tried to come back with 3 quick completions for 57 yards and a 49-yard field goal attempt, but they were unsuccessful. SOU falls to 1-2 on the season with their first loss in conference play. And in a highly anticipated ranked matchup, the Oregon Ducks showed they're here and they're ready for whatever the season brings. And in their conference opener, it was Coach Prime and the reborn Colorado Buffaloes that found themselves their first loss of the season with a 42-6 Oregon victory. Prime in Duck territory. A lot of attention on this one before the game, so we'll start in the first. Handoff to Noah Whittington. He hits the edge and into the end zone. First tutty of the day. A little later, Nix fakes the sneaker and finds Casey Kelly on the side. Ducks go up 13-0. Oregon fakes the punt, putting them in good field position for this one. The man of the day, Troy Franklin with the snag. Nix again finds Franklin deep in the backfield. He becomes the 30th Duck to reach 100 career receptions. And we're sitting at 28-0 Ducks. So one more for fun. Nix keeps it for himself through the line. He goes straight to the crib. Oregon with the win. Final 42-6 Ducks.
We were prepared for a battle. It didn't end up being a battle, but I've also been on the other end of this before too, and I think that team's heading in the right direction. I think Coach is doing a phenomenal job. Obviously, he's brought great enthusiasm and response from his players, and I know that they'll bounce back from this game moving forward. But this is one game, right? And I'm not satisfied. So I just told our players, we're about to go play great quarterbacks. We're about to go play great teams moving forward, and it's about how good we can become, right? It's not really about who we play, and it's about Oregon versus Oregon every week. I felt like this was a complete game, offense, defense, and special teams. Didn't create a takeaway on defense, I don't believe, but had some big plays in all 3 phases. We're dominant in all 3 phases. I thought you could watch our team and say, well, they have an identity in all 3 phases. So preparing for the next one, ready to go back to work for Stanford. I know that they'll be ready. This will be a road game. We didn't play as well on the road earlier this year. It's time for us to show what we can do on the road moving forward.
But in Pullman, an entirely different ball game was played. Number 14 Oregon State versus number 21 Washington State. Coming into Saturday's matchup, the Beavers were just 2-7 against ranked opponents under head coach Jonathan Smith. The game also marked the first time in over 120 years that both teams played each other ranked. KZI's Brett Taylor has more.
A late second-half surge by Oregon State fell just short as the Beavers are unable to complete the comeback in Martin Stadium, falling to Washington State 38-35, extending the Beavs' losing streak in Pullman to more than 10 years.
Plenty to work on and clean up, and this is this league. It's going to be challenging week in and week out. This is a challenging place to play. Thought the crowd was in it throughout. Awesome atmosphere on that end, but we didn't have enough tonight.
It was not the night Oregon State envisioned, traveling up to a hostile environment in Pullman, with Washington State's offense clicking on all cylinders and the Oregon State offense struggling to get things going.
Once in a while in this league, you're going to have to we're in the high 30s, and we had opportunities to do it tonight. Didn't happen.
Star quarterback Cameron Ward was lights out for the Cougars offense, going 28 of 34 for 404 yards and 4 tutties. Completely different performance from last year.
He was sitting back and just picking us apart. And then at the end of the day, as a back end, you got to challenge the receivers. They're getting way too many passes, crazy one-hand catches. We just weren't challenging them enough.
The Beavers trailed by as much as 21 points, but would finally get things rolling on offense in the fourth quarter, scoring 21 points, while the defense started making big plays. But with a last-ditch onside kick falling into the hands of the Cougs, it was too little, too late.
It does say about never giving up. We were right there. I thought we came up with the onside kick, but we didn't. We just got to play better, man. We got to move on, play better.
Now, Oregon State is going to have to rally and rally fast from this loss, because up next, the Beavers will welcome in number 11 Utah this coming Friday for another top 25 showdown. Reporting in Martin Stadium, Brett Taylor.
That'll do it for sports this morning. Have a great day.